Have you ever noticed how some desires just won't leave you alone? Like no matter how much you try to distract yourself or focus on your work or be practical, that one dream keeps coming back. What if I told you your desire, that one desire that I'm talking about, is not random? It's actually your higher self trying to pull you forward. And if you've been ignoring it, that might be the exact reason why life feels a little heavy right now. Stick with me here, because once you understand this, the law of attraction and manifestation will make way more sense to you. Here's something most people never learn. Your desire is not wishful thinking. Your desire is actually guidance. Law of attraction works through emotion, intuition, and resonance. It uses your desire like a GPS pin, telling you that, hey, this is the direction your life is meant to grow into. That dream you keep seeing, that version of you that feels more successful, more healthier, wealthier, more confident, more fulfilled, it's not imaginary. It's a preview of who you are capable of becoming. Think about it for a second. Have you ever wanted something deeply, but talked yourself out of it because of timing or money or some kind of a fear or some kind of a overthinking or doubt? Everybody does that. I have done that too. The law of attraction truly really says that if a desire shows up inside you, it's because the version of you who already has it already exists in energetic form. That's why it feels familiar. Whenever someone tells me that I feel stuck or I feel off or I feel a little low, my first question is, what have you been suppressing? What desire is there that you've been suppressing? Because ignoring your desire goes absolutely against your natural alignment. Have you ever noticed this, that when you follow your desire, you feel really light? Or when you suppress it, it starts feeling really heavy, like there's some kind of a pressure. But the more you connect with it, it starts feeling amazing. When you pretend that you don't want it, life in some way or the other starts feeling a little, meaningless. The heaviness that you feel, it's not failure, it's misalignment. Desire is your higher self trying to update your identity, but your old identity is scared of the change. That's internal conflict. That's where the emotional discomfort comes from. Not because the desire is wrong or something, but because what you're resisting is the next version of your own self. So that's why the universe is trying to push you towards it, but because of your old subconscious programming, you are just resisting it. Let me break this down a little more. When I teach manifestation to my students, I often tell them that you don't manifest what you desire. You manifest who you are. This is why so many people visualize for months. They keep doing that over and over again. They keep imagining, but nothing really happens. You know why? Because manifestation doesn't respond to imagination. It responds to your identity. Desire is the roadmap. Imagine there's a roadmap, so that roadmap is your desire, and your identity is the vehicle. If you desire something from the identity of, I am not ready, or I'm not good enough, or I don't trust myself, or what if I fail, what if this, what if that, all of these are what? These are doubtful questions. Doubt is a very negative emotion. Then what is your vibration? Your vibration is mismatch. It's a mismatch to your desire, your actual manifestation. Your frequency is broadcasting fear, doubt, confusion. It's not broadcasting alignment, is it? Think about it. But the moment you shift your identity and say, hey, you know what? This is who I am becoming. This is who I am allowed to be. When you allow yourself to be that comfortable, your vibration changes instantly. And that's when law of attraction starts working in your favor instead of working against you. Let me give you a real example of an old friend of mine, Mayank. For years and years, I remember this guy had one simple desire. Long time ago, he wanted to learn Spanish. This is from the time when I was in school, I remember. It wasn't something crazy. It was nothing spiritual about it. He was just trying to learn Spanish. He had a genuine interest in that language. He loved the sound of the language, the music. He used to listen to a lot of Spanish music, the culture, the dances, all of that stuff. But every single time that boy, I remember, when he would desire, whenever he would talk about it, he would somehow just suppress that entire thought about it, that entire desire of his, by saying something like, you know what, I'm not going to try it now, or life is too busy right now, or I don't know if it's going to actually happen or not. Maybe it's just not practical. And he just kept pushing it back further and further back. And the more he pushed it away, the more frustrated I noticed, the more frustrated he was becoming in his life. Nothing like anything major, not any major frustration, but that subtle heaviness in his voice, I could notice that. I could feel that he was totally out of alignment. And this is way before I even became a manifestation teacher. This is around the time when I was in my college. I remember he told me this one time that I don't know why I keep getting pulled towards this language and it makes no sense, but it feels really, really good, like as if maybe that's my calling. I remember him saying this to me, and I told him, like, if that's your real calling, why don't you actually go pursue it? And he was quiet. But after a few months, he finally stopped overthinking and he simply followed his desire. And guess what happened? The guy went to Bogotá, Colombia. He didn't just learn Spanish, he became a Spanish teacher. Yeah, he actually did not just learn Spanish for the sake of fun. He learned it so well, he was so aligned with that desire that he ended up becoming a Spanish teacher, and he went to Colombia and he lived there for 7 years. Imagine 7 years teaching Spanish, meeting people, traveling around, seeing the country, living the exact life that he did not even know he was capable of. And he always used to tell me, I remember when that dream came true for him, that if he hadn't listened to that one desire, his entire life would have been different and in a not so much of a good way. This is exactly how alignment worked, my friend. And honestly, to be honest with you, the same thing happened with me also when I came to Canada. Years and years ago, when I moved here, actually 12 years ago when I moved to Canada, I had this strong desire to study animation in Canada. But this desire of wanting to study animation was all the way from 2005 when I finished my journalism and filmmaking program from Delhi. I ignored that desire of wanting to go to Canada for advanced animation studies for years, for a long time, because life was happening around me. Responsibilities were there, something else was going on, and in fact, I was scared. It felt just too big for me. But somewhere, somehow, I didn't stop desiring it. It kept coming back to me again and again, over and over again. And then the moment when I finally aligned with it, everything started moving really fast. I came to Canada, I studied animation, and not only did I complete my animation studies, I became the topper of my entire animation batch, that too in the world's #1 school in animation called Sheridan College. A dream that I delayed for years. It ended up becoming one of the most important chapters of my life, and all of that happened because I followed my desire instead of fighting it. I fought it for a long time and it kept delaying it, but once I aligned with it, things move really fast. That's what alignment looks and feels like. That's how manifestation actually works. And I want to make something very clear today. Manifestation, my friend, is not magic. Manifestation is identity in motion. If you don't take aligned action, your identity cannot shift. It's impossible for your identity to shift without any kind of an action. If your identity does not shift, your desire remains just a wish. That's exactly how it happens. Action is what tells the universe that I am ready to become the person who has this. And that doesn't mean any huge, overwhelming steps, something huge. Sometimes the most powerful action is a tiny action. It's a very small action. Sending that one email, maybe writing that one page, maybe meditating for 5 minutes, maybe registering for that one class that you've been wanting to go for years and years, or maybe a long time ago, even before that, posting your first ever video. I remember there was a time when I had the nerves of posting my first ever video on YouTube, and now I have 500 plus subscribers. So think about it. Action is identity practice. When you take action, your nervous system starts believing that, okay, well, we're really doing this now. It calibrates along with it. And that is when your manifestation timeline collapses really fast. So let me leave you with this. Your desire is not random. It's not a mistake. It's not unrealistic. It's not too big. It's your higher self trying to show you who you are meant to become. The law of attraction doesn't respond to the person who you were. It responds to the person who you are becoming. And that version of you, the one you keep seeing, the one you keep dreaming about, the one you keep pushing away, that version is real, and it is waiting for you to stop negotiating with your own potential. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need any kind of confidence first. You just need to take the first aligned step, because the moment you choose the version of you that's calling, the universe responds instantly. Desire is not pressure. Desire is direction. Follow that direction. If this message spoke to you, if something inside you softened or opened up, Do this one thing today. Take one small action towards your desire. Just one. It doesn't have to be something big. Take any one small action towards it. And you'll see that slowly, one by one, day by day, when you keep taking the same small action or similar small action towards your goal, based on your desire, towards your manifestation, you will make it happen. You will manifest your result very, very soon, my friend. And before you go from this video, I want to invite you to something special. I've created a school community where I teach manifestation, identity work, and the law of attraction in a way most people have never experienced before. It's not the mainstream fluff stuff. It's not the surface level tip. It's not any kind of an advice that says, okay, say this affirmation and just wait and watch. Nope. Inside my community, I teach you how manifestation actually works through identity work, through frequency work, and emotional alignment. The way I work with my clients, the way I transformed my own life. If you've been resonating with my videos, if you're tired of doing this alone, if you want guidance, structure, tools, and a community that is truly growing with you, then come join us. That is where I go deeper. That is where you learn manifestation the right way. That is where the version of you that's calling finally gets supported. The link is in the description box below. Check it out. I would absolutely love to welcome you inside. And remember, the first 25 members get in absolutely free. Well, that's it from me for now. My name is Ajay, your manifestation coach from Toronto. I'll see you in my next video real soon. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now.